So Dragon Age Veliguard, the PC version, will have no DRM. A few days ago, I was just talking about Steam and talking about how, we can pretty much own our offline installers with good old games. And in that video, I mentioned that a lot of these publishers can actually opt for their games to be DRM free. And Steam could also, if they wanted to push for it, give an incentive where they maybe knocked off 2%, 3, 4% from your profit share, that 30% you pay. Maybe say, okay, we'll give you a 5% bonus if you allow for your game to be DRM free. Now, in that conversation, I had a lot of really good comments. Somebody even pointed and said, possibly that, the last time we actually owned our discs games were in the 360 PS3 era. Now, the discs on the series and the PlayStation require you to be able to at least connect to the internet to verify such. Now, Dragon Age Veliguard, they have like their little thing. This is a very controversial game, by the way. And from what I'm seeing from the different communities, it appears that a lot of Dragon Age fans might ignore this game. I don't know. Perhaps this is also EA looking and saying we don't want to eat another Immortals Avium level launch with a game that we've blown money on. What do PC players actually want? Well, it's simple. We want the very best service that can be offered in delivering a video game to, this community. And we actually have the ground to stand on. Our hardware, which is a PC, is not regulated by anybody other than us. We can decide that we're going to go Windows, Linux, or by golly, if a group of guys want to drink Starbucks and crank out an operating system, some of us are willing to test it out. And so right here, they wrote, as we prepare for October 31st. Now, am I playing Dragon Age Veliguard? I don't know, man. I don't think so. But a DRM free game is going to be cool, to have, but it's not like it's anything new. We have a bunch of good old games for the most part. Please find that the preload times for each platform below, basically with Dragon Age Veliguard, the Veliguard Dragon Age game, can't read today, won't include any third-party DRM such as de novo on any platform. The lack of DRM means that there will be no preload period for PC players. Interesting. The PC features are out here, the accessibility features are out here, and a post here from Game Over 30 pretty much said, and this is a content, I guess I wouldn't say content creator. This is a gentleman who posts a lot of stuff about the gaming industry and business. And I saw his post. That's what clued me into this. He wrote and said, EA issued an update for Dragon Age the Veliguard. Ray tracing on PC, all right, whatever. Series and PlayStation will have both visual and performance modes. Game will see enhancements on PS5 Pro and no DRM on PC, but no preload available. Wow. EA is going somewhat pro-consumer. What are my eyes seeing? Like, I cannot necessarily, I don't know what to even do with this. Like, my body is literally shaking. Now, remember that we've been talking about this whole conversation about being able to own your discs. I've also seen some comments from the, community here, and some people have said, talking about the cost efficiency of the console versus the PC platform and how you can own your games versus DRM. But here's the thing. One thing about a mostly unregulated platform is that the consumers that exist on there can really drive change. This is why I went to the PC platform. I found out that we could manipulate a lot more things than could be on the console platform. And to me, being able to spend my money on hardware that I want to play on and be able to tweak the hardware and tweak the software, I don't see any way that any other thing can actually be viable to me. Just recently, I'd left my Steam Deck in, just kind of gathering dust. I bought it because of game development so we could actually put, builds of our game to test performance and so on and so forth. That's why I just got it. But I finally followed a tutorial, and shout out to Oh No, It's Alex. A lot of the other tutorials out there were not really giving, a lot of information. His had been on the algorithm forever. When I watched it, I was like, I'm not spending time to do this. I don't have any time. But then I watched it again. I followed the instructions and I installed Windows 10 on my Steam Deck. Guys, you guys have no idea. I love old technology. That's number one. I like old software, and just that Windows 10 really warmed my heart so much. I then basically backed down from even buying a PS5 Pro. I don't care what they put in it now. I'd rather take that money and go buy myself a Rogue Ally so I have a native traditional Windows handheld that has full support for controllers and stuff. So at the end of the day, I think this is what makes the PC platform that it's attractive to folk like me. And even though I have, what I think is a kind of an affinity towards some of the things that console provides, at the end of the day, I'm just a tinkerer. And at the end of the day, I just don't want anybody to box me in. And to be honest, I make YouTube videos. Like how much less can I be, someone that wants to push against the grain, in things. I could go do anything else, but I really enjoy this stuff. And to me, it's a lot of fun. And so they said this, this audience member of mine said, console gamers may pay slightly more for their games, but yet they still have the option to actually keep physical copies of the games. And another audience member of mine was saying that this is something that existed in the PS3 and Xbox 360 days. I think the challenge is also highlighted in this audience member's, comments, which is what he said, that the challenge, though, that you're going to get is that, a standard that is hopefully not being abandoned in the next generation, as is the pinnacle of difference between console and PC gaming right now, is that you can keep your physical copies. But here's the thing. Those physical copies can always be restricted. If you get yourself, say, a replacement machine that can actually play that particular game, you're going to need to, in some cases, be able to get verification from a server that that game may be compatible on your hardware. So, yes, I see the benefit of physical copies. I have physical copies of games that I want to keep. However, I see some limitations as well. And yes, even on the side of PC, not every game is, in a position to do DRM. I think these guys want to push copies. That's why they went the DRM free route. They're hoping that people can actually, in a sense, thumb their nose against the issues that they have with the game and, just pretty much just forget about it. But, this culture war is very strong. I will have to tell you, man. I don't know what would have pushed EA, Electronic Arts, I got a FIFA library with EA written all over it. I can tell you that this is not a small move that they have made. And so whatever is pushing them to make this move, goodness gracious, is a move of moves, I got to tell you. And so at the end of the day, though, I think we're going to see how this resonates. Maybe this will help improve sales. But I really think it really highlights the importance of the PC platform, and one of the reasons a lot of us have affinity to it. If you prefer to play on the console platform, that's fine. But I think what's going to happen now is as PC and console starts to, in a sense, get into the same conversations, into the same statements, it's going to force, I think it will not force, but I think it will inspire a lot more, console players to start investigating even their platform more intently. That's, I think, a huge benefit of the conversation that nobody has actually really, pointed out. That now more and more people are going to start, talking about their own platforms and thinking about them in the way they engage with the platform, the games, and what those platforms have to offer. Okay, I'll get out of y'all's hair. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you guys so much, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.